Hello everybody, this is Alicia Markfort. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and today I would like to show you another watercolor technique, and this one is called Emboss and Resist. So this, we're going to use watercolor painters and the ink from our stamp pads, and I have chosen the flower from Blessings of Home, and I'm using the larger image. I have already heat embossed my shimmer white paper, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get you guys, you can kind of see a little bit here. Yeah, my lighting is terrible. I need to do something about my lighting, but maybe a little bit you can see. But I've used white embossing powder with my heat gun. So first I took and I inked up my stamp in Versamark. I stamped on my paper, then I used the white embossing powder and used my heat tool to get the embossing. Sorry you guys. Just had a total mental lapse there. Just a total freeze with my brain. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you've got water either in your barrel of your water painter, your water pen, or in a little dish, and then you're going to put ink inside of your ink pad. An easy way to do that, sometimes it's a little bit harder to get the ink in your I'm looking for one that doesn't have ink in it so I can show you guys what I mean. Okay, so a lot of times, you know, you just do the squeeze method where you go squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And yeah, you can get some ink. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But I found that if you take it and sandwich it like this with the heels of your hand and cross your fingers and go squeeze, 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 and then open up. And of course, because I'm on video, it's not going to work. So you want to squeeze. This is probably not a very juicy ink pad. And squeeze it. It's a little bit easier. See, look at all that ink, you guys, that I got. The first time usually I just get a little bit right there. Okay, so that's how I've been getting my ink in my ink pads to use watercolors. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the leaves. Okay, now this is the Emboss Resist technique. There are many ways to do Emboss Resist. You could use blenders, you could use color. There's so many different ways to do it. But I'm going to use my water painter and ink. So here I have my ink, and I'm just getting some water in here. And then you just go. And if you can see this, probably not, it stays within the white lines from the embossing. It will just stay right in there. And then what you can do is you can take a paper towel, and if you just set it down, don't smear it, and pick it up, you still, even though we painted over the white lines, those white lines are still there. Okay, so you're just going to want to do that where all the leaves are. So I'm just taking and I'm just going like this because it's going to stay right in there and it's not going to go over. You're still going to be able, goes inside the lines. It's, you could, I guess if you were just going crazy, you could go outside the lines, but it will just stay within the white embossing. So that's all I'm doing here. So I'm just taking and I'm picking up, and the more water you use, the lighter it's going to be. And if you want it darker, you're just going to make sure that your water painter is a little bit drier when you're picking your ink up. You don't want, so like if I wanted, I would pick up over here in my inkwell instead of down here where it's wetter. Okay, so just gonna keep painting here. I love this, and this is the first way back, way back, when I first started to learn how to stamp and I first started to learn how to watercolor. I had taken a class, this Emboss Resist class, and this is the first time I learned this technique, and it is just awesome. I absolutely love it. It is so beautiful, and it looks like professional. I don't know how to say it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So here I'm just going to take, and as you can see, I'm just going over these flowers, and I'm just swirling it around. And I'm just being careful. It shouldn't go outside the lines, but it might. And if it does, that's okay. This is watercoloring. So here, and you can see it's just staying within the white lines. Okay. Sorry about that. My phone started ringing. I thought I had my phone off. I guess I don't. And then we're just going to go here. And again, we're just swirling around. You see, I went outside here a little bit. That's okay. Okay, so we've got those flowers in purple. Let's see, what else do I want in purple? I think I want this one. And I'm just taking, and I'm not like being real super careful, a little bit. I'm going to go back over here and get a little bit darker and some shading. And as it dries, the white, it does not stay on the white. That is why it is called Emboss and Resist. This is such a fun technique, you guys. If you haven't tried it before, I highly suggest just trying it, just playing with it and seeing what you think. Okay. So let's see, where else do I want? Now let's go here. I have my cheaters on, my glasses, so hopefully I'm seeing correctly. My eyes have not been the greatest lately. Definitely getting old eyes, you guys. So yeah, that's all that you do. Okay, so let's go to our next color. So I think I'm going to use, so that's Highland Heather, Granny Apple Green. This is Polished Pink, and again, I'm squeezing with my heels of my hands to get a lot of ink in the cover of your ink pad. So in between, I'm washing my brush each time. I do have a little bit of a tray of water over here, and I'm just bringing in, and remember, you can use the water in your barrel and just squeeze where it says push, and you can get drops of water. Okay, so I'm just trying to get my ink, get some water in there, and I'm bringing a little bit more color into that. Okay, and now we are going to do the big one, the big flower. We're going to do that in pink. And I just want to, I hope you guys can see this okay. Move some stuff around here. Okay, I have it zoomed in as much as I can. I'm hoping to get a new camera soon so that it's a little bit better for you guys to see when I make these videos. So I'm just going here, I'm just smearing some, you know, colored water around. Just like so. Just like, you know. And it is World Watercolor Month. So I've been making some videos doing tips and techniques using watercolors. I'm trying just to do quick videos because I'm trying not to talk so much, just getting over being sick. So the less I talk, the less I cough, so on and so forth. Okay, so if you want to leave a little bit around the edges, that's not all the way, you can do that. And now I just want to put a little bit of dark in certain spots here. maybe a little bit up here. Like that, and you can add, if it's a little bit too, you can just go in with some more water and go over it however you would like. Okay. And I think I am going to add a little bit of more water here. Okay. And I'm going to do this flower over here in pink as well. And you could use watercolor paper for this. I have decided I wanted to use the shimmer white paper, I believe it's called. Just to show a different way to watercolor on different paper that Stampin' Up has. And I like this because it's got that little bit of shimmer in it. So when your recipient receives your card, it's got a little tiny bit of that beautiful little shimmer to it. Okay, so here I'm just adding a couple dark spots in some of these lighter petals. And I absolutely love the look of watercolor. I am not great at regular watercoloring, so these other techniques are great for that because, you know, it's a good way to start. It gives you confidence to do other watercoloring. You know, start doing this. You're going to get used to using your water painter, and you know, it gives you a chance to try it, and it still looks great because this is such a great technique to learn on. And then that way you get the feel for how much water to use, you know, things like that. So here I've got some So Saffron that I'm going to use for the center of my flowers for these pink ones, and a couple of the purple ones over here look like they have centers. So again, I cleaned my brush. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of drab of water in there, and look, I still got pink in there, so I need to clean it just a little bit better. I think my water over here is getting a little too dirty. Okay, so now let's go over here, put a little dab of water. There we go. So here we got our So Saffron. Okay, and I'm just going to go like this, and the color is just going to stay within those white lines from your embossing. I know I sound like a broken record, but really is a neat technique. And it's just so beautiful. I did it earlier, and I'll show you when I'm done here, with black, with a different stamp set, and I used watercolor paper, and I used black embossing powder instead of the white, and it was like a whole different looking thing. It really turned out great, guys. I'll show it to you when I'm done here. And then when I'm done showing the technique later today or tomorrow, I will post cards that I made with these. I just wanted to show you guys the watercolor technique. So now I'm going to take some Balmy Blue, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm going to squeeze it, okay, and we're going to get some of that ink in, or excuse me, that's not Balmy Blue, it's Pool Party. Sorry about that. I was going to use Balmy Blue, and then I changed my mind at the last minute, and I decided I wanted to use Pool Party. I just love these colors together. Okay, we got a little bit of pinkish orange going on here. I think I might need some more water, and I bet you I don't have any in here. Maybe I do. Let's try just a little bit. Yep, I got a little tiny bit of water left over here. Okay. There we go. And here's our Pool Party. And we're going to do the other flowers over here. And as you can see, I'm just going in between the white. And it won't go on to the other flowers because of those white lines. It just makes coloring inside the lines a heck of a lot easier, you guys. Okay. And we got some flowers up here. And it looks like I missed a leaf, so I'm going to have to go back. Okay. And let's see, I'm going to go back with my Granny Apple Green here, you guys. And I am going to get that leaf I missed. I missed a leaf. Okay. I'm going to bring in some water here. It's right here. And I got a little too much water, but that's okay. I'm just going to take a piece of my paper towel and I am just going to pick up a little bit of it. Just like so. So, here you go. This is Emboss and Resist technique using Blessings of Home and white embossing powder. And isn't that just beautiful? And trust me, I am no watercolor artist, but it sure looks that way when you use this technique, you guys. And then here is the one that I did earlier today using, what is it called here? Fond of Autumn. And this one I did on watercolor paper. I used black embossing powder, and I used pumpkin pie, pear pizzazz, soft suede, Cajun craze, and cherry cobbler, and so saffron. But this too, I think this looks so cool with the black, and it does the same thing. You don't go outside the lines. That embossing powder, once you heat it, it makes that raised little bit for you, and you stay right inside the lines. It almost reminds me of, you remember when you guys were kids and you or your kids dyed Easter eggs and you put the white crayon on? It's kind of like that. So that is the other one that I did. So I hope this video helps you guys. I hope you were able to see well enough, and I can't wait to see if you guys decide to try it. I hope you post pictures of your cards on my site, and I can't wait to see what you make. Thanks for watching. Bye now.